My name is Mark Nelson, and we're going to learn how to play Hawaiian slack key guitar. What is slack key? It's Hawaiian soul music. It's a form of the guitar that was invented in Hawaii, they say, in the 1830s. Now, how did I learn to play it? Well, I grew up listening to Hawaiian music, but I wasn't from Hawaii. I was from California, and I wanted to play this music so bad. I went to Hawaii when I was an adult, after I'd been playing guitar my whole life, determined to learn slack key. And everywhere I went, I asked guitarists, "You playing slack key?" I said, "No." Put the guitar back in the case. I didn't know it then, but they were playing slack key. And I found out that they wouldn't teach me because I was a stranger. I was from outside. I was from the mainland. But I was determined to learn, so I listened real hard and I studied real hard, and I learned how to play a couple of slack key pieces. And I went back to Hawaii, and I met a Hawaiian musician named Brother Matt Maneva. And we were talking. He's a guitar player. We were talking guitar, and my wife came over to me and put her arm around me and said to Brother Matt, "My husband Mark, he plays slack key." Matt's whole demeanor, it just changed on the spot. He couldn't believe, because he looked at me, and we'd been real friendly, and he wasn't friendly anymore. He goes, "Yeah, who is this hoser trying to play slack key?" He said, "You play slack key?" I said, "I'm learning." He said, "You got your guitar?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, you meet me tomorrow morning at the beach at dawn. You bring your guitar. We'll see if you can play slack key." Whew. Okay. So I met him at dawn. Now, I don't usually get up at dawn, but I met him at dawn. And I played him the prettiest thing I could think of playing, And I was sweating bullets, and I played something for him, and it was pretty. And he smiled. He said, "Oh, that was nice." He said, You've made an effort to learn my culture." So he said, "Now can you play something fast?" Well, I didn't have anything fast, and so I played what I just played. And I kind of made it up on the spot. And that's based on a whole lot of different things I knew, but I kind of made it up. And I called it Matt's Bounce for Brother Matt. He got a great big smile and said, "Yeah, I can tell when you're home by yourself playing, you probably aren't too bad." All the different players that came before and who they are and where to hear them, and how to wrap your fingers around this wonderful, relaxing style of music. We're going to learn basic finger style and open tunes, some songs, some licks, some vamps. I think it's going to be a good ride. So what you're going to need, you're going to need a guitar. I don't care if it's steel string. I don't care if it's nylon string. I don't care if it's electric. You're going to need a guitar, and you're going to need fingers. No pick. You can use finger picks. We'll talk about picks, but you're going to need your fingers. These lessons are going to start off at really a very, very basic, simple level, and we're going to work our way up very, very slowly. So if you've never finger picked before, don't worry. You'll get there by the end. If you've already played guitar with a flat pick a lot and you want to try learning this wonderful new style guitar, jump on in. But once again, we're going to take it nice and slow, nice and easy, just like a tropical breeze. I mentioned the Beamer family, the Auntie Nona Beamer, Keola Beamer, the wonderful slack key guitarist, his wife Moana. The Beamers and I as I said, we're sort of partners in adventures. We host something called the Aloha Music Camp on Molokai twice each year, where you can study slack key guitar with the great slack key players. You can study hula and Hawaiian language and oli, which is Hawaiian chant, and just talk story with Auntie Nona. And it's a wonderful, wonderful experience, and I do hope that you will join us there sometime. Aloha Music Camp. But Auntie Nona gave me a name. She gifted me with my name, my new middle name, Kailana. Kailana means, Kai is the ocean, the ocean near shore, the near shore ocean. And Lana means a lot of things, but it means floating or even anchored, so you're anchored to the bottom, but you're drifting on the ocean, so floating on the ocean. It's a lovely name, Kailana. And so that's how I became Mark Kailana Nelson. And I like, when she first gave me the name, I was a little shy about using it, and I didn't. I never used it in public. I just was, and one day, but I had written something, and one day a Hawaiian friend saw that, and he didn't ask, but another friend from the mainland said, "Well, where'd you get that Hawaiian name?" And the Hawaiian would never have asked me that, because it was my story to tell. But we we Americans, as Moana says, we'll just ask anything anyway. I said, well, Auntie Nona gave me the name, and he said, oh, you must use it. You must use it to honor her. So, Kailana. So that's how I came to be Mark Kailana Nelson. Hope you'll join me for a whole lot of fun and learn a whole different way to play guitar. And if you play country blues, jump on in, because the slack key and country blues have a whole lot in common. They sound a whole lot alike. I'll just leave you with a little bit of kind of a classic tune here. Aloha.